Hello and welcome to Travel Beans. I'm Alex and this is Emma.
And in today's video we want to show you why you should visit India's Golden Triangle.
With the symptoms of depression becoming more and more apparent, we left the Philippines and headed to Bali, where we took some time off from filming. It was at this time that a story of ours went viral, which ended up with an awkward interview on live Australian television. We enjoyed Bali for the rest of the month, laying low before heading to our next stop, India. India would go on to play a huge role in our story once we got to the Himalayas, but first we spent 2 weeks exploring the famous Golden Triangle route with Alex's family. India's Golden Triangle is a 720-kilometre route connecting Delhi, Agra and Jaipur. We started our trip in Delhi, India's capital and second largest city. We had booked a hotel in Parganj, an area of Delhi known for its budget hotels and bargain shopping. It was our first time in India, so we couldn't wait to get outside and start exploring.
So we're walking on the street and somebody on the corner just spat and it splattered all over mine and Alex's feet. Pretty gross.
And unfortunately, it wasn't long after arriving until we were stuck in bed with food poisoning.
So I'll take you to where we've spent the last few days. There's the pillow for our convenience, a bit of water, and then this is where the magic has happened.
But after the rocky start, Alex's family came out to join us and we started to really enjoy ourselves, getting back into being tourists again.
This is the first day that we've finally felt well enough to go outside, and my parents are here, so we're going to experience a bit better kind of class of travelling that we're used to. And we're in a really nice hotel room and we were welcomed with this. So me, Alexandra and Emma are going to go and enjoy our day. I'm here at the Red Fort, and I'm not going to tell you anything about it. Why, you ask? And it's not because I don't know anything about it, because I do. I know loads about it. The reason is you've done nothing. I've paid to come to India. I've paid to get in here. I've paid for the information on the audio guide. So I'm going to listen to the sweet, sweet knowledge, and you're not going to get any of it. That is hilariously informative.
Our next stop on the Golden Triangle route was Agra, but first we had a short detour. We were lucky enough to be visiting during the annual Hindu festival of Holi, and we wanted to experience the celebration. So we stopped in the small town of Mathura, believed to be the birthplace of Krishna.
Okay, so we're in Mathura and we are getting ready for Holi festival tomorrow, and Alex has bought an all-in-one white outfit that he can wear. It cost him £2 from the market and we're about to see it for the first time.
I can't wear this. Look, these trousers, look at them. They're gonna fall down. If you're thinking of going to India for Holi Festival, we would now, having been, recommend that you go to a private party. It is way less chaotic and a lot more safe.
I actually had a really bad experience during Holi and I was gutted about it because it was one of my bucket list things I really wanted to see, but I won't go into too much detail about that now. If you are interested to see what happened, or if you're a woman travelling to India, I suggest you watch the video. We'll leave a link in the description down below.
To cut a long story short, I'm sure you can read between the lines that the girls stayed at home and me and my dad went out to go and enjoy the festival. Everyone's in amazing spirits. Everyone's just shouting happy Holi, we're throwing paint on each other, there's monkeys running around covered in paint, there's cows covered in paint. It's just absolute carnage out there, but one of the most fun days of my life.
After about 20 showers to scrub off all the paint, we headed towards the world-famous city of Agra, home to the Taj Mahal.
We're getting up early, it's now 5:30 in the morning. We're going to get there before sunrise to try and beat the crowds in India. No crowds in India. always get really bored at these sites that you have to go and see, but my God, that is the best building I've ever seen, and I am genuinely gutted to leave here because that's incredible. The Taj Mahal really was one of those places that lived up to the hype.
Massive.
I actually anticipated that I was gonna hate it and it was fantastic.
Actually, leave in the comments down below, have you ever been to a place that was really overhyped but it actually lived up to the hype?
Or the opposite, the more fun side, where have you been that's overhyped that didn't live up to it? Something like the Eiffel Tower.
Ooh, controversial.
After ticking the Taj Mahal off our bucket list, it was time for our second detour, Varanasi, the spiritual capital of India, located right alongside the famous river Ganges.
Varanasi is built up of 87 ghats. What's a ghat, you're asking? Well, I'll tell you. A ghat is just these steps that go down to the water, and at the bottom of these they do all different kinds of things, from ceremonies to cremations to just bathing in the water.
As our time in Varanasi was limited, we decided to try a sunset boat trip along the river, which was a beautiful way to see life on the Ganges. After our time in Varanasi, it was time to head to our third and final stop along the Golden Triangle route, Jaipur. And we started off our time here with another bucket list experience.
We're up early to go to Sariska National Park.
It's about 3 hours away from here. It's 6:30 in the morning, and this place sounds amazing. And the reason being is they have leopards and they have hyenas, which I didn't know that you had hyenas anywhere outside of Africa. But the main thing is that they have tigers. Scary, scary, scary tigers. So there's only 13 of them there, so it's really unlikely we're gonna see one, but we're gonna try.
We've arrived at the safari park and we've just signed our lives away and paid our money. It was $100 for 5 of us to go in a car on our own. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we see a tiger. Just seen some paw prints. Now we're gonna follow them.
We've just finished the safari. Can't call it tiger safari because we didn't see a tiger, but we did see some crocodiles, a jackal, and loads of different types of deer.
We're now at Amber Fort, which is a beautiful structure overlooking the whole of Jaipur. It's got all these amazing secret passageways and beautiful gardens. I highly recommend coming here.
What I love about places like this are all the passageways and corridors, and being little children that we are, we're playing hide and seek at the moment, so I'm trying to find Emma. Obviously some rules, so we can only go in a certain area, otherwise it would be madness. This place is huge. So I'm just wandering around now trying to find her. She loves a cubby hole. She always tries to get into small little crevices. I have to start calling her name in a minute. Emma! Emma, where are you? There she is!
After 2 weeks of amazing travel, from Holi festival in Mathura, seeing the iconic Taj Mahal, the river Ganges in Varanasi, and tiger spotting in Rajasthan, it was finally time to head back to Delhi.
The last 2 weeks, my parents came out to visit me with my sister. We had a great time, but the best thing about it is we got to stay in really, really nice accommodation. Much better than anywhere we've stayed before, or at least in a long time. The problem is that they have now gone, so instead of going back to the really, really cheap places, we decided to settle in a bit and go somewhere with some air conditioning, pay a bit more money. We've got here, this is our room, not too bad. There's dirt and wet stains on the bed. I don't know what they are. I don't want to know what they are. I'm just going to sleep on them. But the biggest problem is it stinks. And not in the American sense where you go like, oh, it stinks. It actually stinks, like in your nose. And it feels so strong, like it's going to be in my body, and I'm going to sweat that now for the next year. So Emma has come up with a potentially genius solution.
We bought incense!
We bought incense and we're gonna give it a go, and we're basically praying. I'm too British to go down and say, sorry, your room stinks, give me another room. So we're gonna try this right now, and fingers crossed we could have a beautifully smelling room. So what's the verdict with the incense?
It works! It's the most genius thing I've ever thought of, and I'm so proud of myself.
So there you have it. That is a genuine travel hack from the beans.
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like the video, give it a big fat thumbs up.
Make sure you subscribe, because the next video is coming from our time in India. Pretty crazy. They lead on to some crazy stuff. Well worth subscribing.
And hit the notification bell to be notified of that video coming out.
And
thank
you so much for watching. We'll see you next time, and beans out! We're on our way to McLeod Ganj, which is where the Dalai Lama lives. We're gonna get a 13-hour bus overnight, and there's no toilet on it, and guess who's got Delhi belly?